Okay, hello there. Whew. Look where I am again. Well, I'm here pretty much every week. It's actually not been quite as hot this week, so I'm here on a Wednesday, and for the past month or so I've been coming on a Tuesday. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles. How's it going? Oh, water level, very slow. Okay, no problem. Oh, and there's no water in the house right now. They're doing some fixing on the side of the road, I noticed. Oh, I keep hearing about rumors of protests going on. Is that true? Yeah. Okay. All the oppressed are protesting. The sorely oppressed Americans. Okay, well there's some for sure. Different levels. Of course, people are all vying for. That's not a very good image. It seems like people are vying for oppression points, though. You know, I'm impressed because of this and this. Oh, that's better. There we go. Oh, woke up so early this morning. See these, I don't know if you've seen my videos, I made these, I made the moccasins and the leggings, but they're really to protect my legs against snakes mostly, but also it keeps insects and leeches and stuff from crawling up. Once I had a leech crawl up my leg, okay? And it sort of hooked on in an area I won't go into right now. I prefer to not do that. But mostly concerned over snakes. Not that I hardly ever see them. Occasionally I do, but anyway, whatever. But it's good to have. A lot of people here wear rubber boots even when it's not wet. Right? I think basically for that reason the boots go up to the knees, kind of. That's smart, right? Because there's some really small snakes here, like that green viper with a red-brown tail. It's not very big, right? Like it probably couldn't bite through this leather or rubber. But boy, if it bites you, it's a really potentially deadly venom, eh? Yeah, I keep thinking of all the protests. Well, some of the protest is coming from a really good place, I think. But I think most of it now is just a bunch of like all the Antifa crap and everything. I think it's just bull, you know. I always think, okay, this is my go-to, right? It's just where I go. And it always feels a bit self-righteous, which I hate, right? But anyway, whatever. But I always think, oh yeah, I bet you all those Antifa protesters are going home and going, oh, I'm thirsty, just turn on their tap and drink the water from the tap. With no understanding that they're actually the most privileged human beings that have ever existed on Earth, right? In the 2 million years of humanoids, nothing has come close to that until relatively recent times. But that's okay, they're all oppressed. Where's my water? It's in the tap. Where does water come from? It comes from the tap. Where does my food come from? It comes in a plastic box. Or a plastic wrap in the store. That's a pretty common cliche. I don't believe it's that common. That sort of idea, I don't. Like someone once said when I was in New Brunswick, because there's a lot of dairy farming there. Really good dairy farming, I think. Anyway, someone said, oh, there was some woman, of course hate that it's a woman, if it's even true, who was at a dairy farm and asked the farmer, where does the strawberry milk come from? It's like, I don't know. Could someone think we'd that dim-witted? I guess. Maybe. Maybe they eat strawberries and flavors and all. Anyway, whatever. That's totally off topic. Yeah, so anyway, but it's been interesting watching the... I don't know how many of you guys here are aware of the Evergreen College story, which... Where was Evergreen? Is Evergreen in... Jeez, I don't remember if it's Colorado or Oregon. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but there's a really interesting story about that. A couple of people like Benjamin Boyce and Heather Hine and Brett Weinstein? I keep forgetting which one it is. Have commented that a lot of the kind of rhetoric, intersectional, whatever, social justice rhetoric that was going through the Evergreen, like it was nuts, right? It was completely off the wall. Anyway, in my opinion, and other people's opinion, that it was, they're commenting that, oh, you're seeing that now in these protests, right? Probably shouldn't go into it. I don't know. It's pretty. I'm trying to in my head trying to wind a way through to say something. Not that my thinking isn't very clear on it, so that's one difficulty. But it's also it's a minefield, eh? Probably better just not say anything and just let it, because it's all social media propelled, so, or most of it, so it'll be forgotten in a week, right? Well, okay, how about this one? There was like a lot of the stuff I would see on the Facebook. That's the main one I don't bother with the other ones really. Are Canadian, right? Because I'm Canadian. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And Canadians are like social justice central right now, it seems. For better or for worse. Time for a drink. Yeah, like last week they were screaming and yelling. I don't think there's snitch lines in Canada at the moment. Maybe there are, but anyway. But this park, and a whole bunch of people went out to it because it was the first sunny day, warm day or something, on a weekend or something. And people were outraged. You could just feel it, like, wow, if we had someone to call, we would tell on them. We would call the police on them. Then the week following, it's like, fuck the police. I'm like, well, who are you going to snitch on then? Who are you going to snitch to without the police there? Anyway, it just seems a little hypocritical. But then, we're human, right? So it's just, hypocrisy is built into this thing, I guess. Well, anyway, we'll see how this pans out. But it is kind of funny though. They're not social distancing. And some friend commented, well, at least they're all wearing masks. Do those like one layer buff masks count? I guess they would to some degree. Well, anyway, that's my commentary without actually saying anything. But I was thinking that maybe Facebook, because there's this... Facebook is interesting because, in a lot of ways, but it's like everyone feels so entitled, to use a dirty word, you know, that all they have to do is see something on Facebook and all of a sudden they're a judge, jury, and executioner. Without any evidence, just pictures, right? And sure, they might be real, and fair enough. But you don't know. You just don't know, right? But it's just this desire to be outraged, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna start walking. Maybe I'll do a bit more, maybe I won't. Okay, away we go. Oh, I forgot one thing. Okay, here we go. Well, it's a steamy jungle today. We've had a bit of rain, but not a lot. I gotta say though, it's been really hot in the city and the flatlands and stuff, but the past May, hang on a sec, okay, more secure. The past May has been just gorgeous up here. You know, not much rain. We need rain though, because it's definitely less and late. But just from a personal standpoint, oh, it's been so beautiful up here. Oh, look at that big branch that came down. Whoosh. Yeah, it's been really nice. I've had my dehumidifier on maybe a quarter of the time, which I would say is unprecedented. That's how I judge how humid and rainy it is, by how much I have to run the dehumidifier in my studio workshop. Yeah, that's totally unprecedented. Usually I have it going by, I don't know, mid-April, end of April. And one year, I think I had it shut off for 2 weeks or something, right? So, in my experience, in my 5.5 years, which is not much, this is the driest year so far. This year so far is the driest year so far that I've been here. Whew. Yeah. We're getting lots of visitors up to Mekongpong at the moment. It's kind of nice, you know. I mean, I loved it when everything was shut down. It was so quiet and peaceful. But it's really nice to meet people, you know, walking on the road and saying hi. And they always ask what I'm up to. Where am I going with that big funny pack? And I said, oh, Bio Namdim. Oh, really? Then I have to explain it, because it's, what do you mean going to get water? Anyway, yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I like people, eh? Like, I love living alone and all that. I really love chatting with people and getting little snippets into their world and all that. Beautiful. I was saying to Gung, because we've been back at Kendo just 1 day a week at this point. So, oh yeah, I've been so weak and sore this week. And like, you know, you get into your 60s, right? You kind of go, oh God, I'm so stiff. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die now. I'm dying. It's like, oh no, I went to Kendo on Friday. So that explains it. Even when I was younger, like in my 30s and 40s, you know, there'd be a break maybe, or I'd be working or something would happen, like a month or two, and I'd get back to it. And I'd know that for just the next 2 weeks, it's going to be sore every day. That's the way it's going to be. So I imagine this is the same. I have to be a little bit more careful though, because you know, I am a little older. I'm in pretty decent condition, but definitely not like when I was 40 or, God forbid, 30. Anyway, but yeah. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, but there's the heat too, eh? Like that first day back, we were practicing. I'm pretty sure it was 38 degrees. I kind of forget about the temperature here. It's just, yeah. So beautiful, eh? This is so lush. Kind of lush all the time, but during the cool, dry season, it does dry out somewhat, you know? But it's just like there's a thickness to the air right now. Everything has its beauty, you know? Every time of year. This is a really... I've been watching this tree, for 5 years. And one time a branch fell down right there. You can't even see the remnants anymore. They kind of, after a while, some guys cut it down, but there was a branch all the way down here, and it's all eaten away. You can see, have a look. You see the tree wrapped around the trunk, eh? And that trunk is pretty much, well, there's nothing living off it. So the tree wrapped around it. I guess those two, at one time, those two trees would have been coexisting, right? And then this other tree died, whether just from its own accord or maybe from the tree wrapped around it, I don't know. I'm not a botanist. But at any rate, the inside of the tree is slowly going back to the earth. You can see in there, eh? Can you see that in there? I got to boost the darkness on that, but yeah, it's quite amazing to watch, you know. And of course, that's a dead tree, right? But the inside part, but it's full of life. I just can tell just by looking at it. It's full of insect life. There's all kinds of holes in it, so probably maybe some birds are or have been nesting in there. You know, it's the old cliche of it, the cycle, you know. It's very beautiful. Yeah. But I think what I'm seeing in the screen here is, somehow there's something about the thickness in the air or something. It's just a certain quality. We'll see if it comes across in the video at the end, you know. We'll see. Maybe I might actually, usually I don't video while I'm on the road, but the water to the house is cut off, and I think it's because one of the fellows, I think it's Pisutam's nephew, he's been working on the house next to me, and he's been trying to fix some of the problems with the water going in, right? So, like, I'm gonna switch it. You can look at me for a while. Yeah, so like to my house, like obviously, you know, the water I get to drink, I do this usually. I do boil the water though to the house. I've mentioned that before in other videos, right? But mostly I love to come up here and carry my water home and, you know, remind me how lucky I am that I can walk to some clean water, eh? Think of how fortunate that is, right? Anyway, clean water, not, I don't filter it, I don't boil it, nothing. That's incredible, right? Anyway, I already commented on water privilege. Anyway, this is a bit of a treacherous bit here. What was I gonna say? Oh shoot, I had something, I flipped it around for a reason. Damn. Oh, look at that banana tree, eh? Oh, every now and then I see things on, I guess Facebook posts, about we can use banana trees to do our wrapping with, and we can do it with plastic. Like, I'm all for that, and that's pretty common here actually. People will wrap in banana leaves, cook in banana leaves. It's fantastic. And it's especially fantastic if you just, like, these are, I imagine these are sort of probably wild, I don't know, anyway, or feral at least. So you just go and cut a banana leaf and you're good. One of those big leaves could wrap all kinds of food in it. But then you see, like, oh, hang on a second. So all the Europeans and North Americans are going to start wrapping their food in banana leaves. They don't have bananas. Well, actually they do in the south, but anyway, they're going to take all the banana trees. Hang on a second. We have the solution. Let's destroy some other country's banana population. Ooh, look at this. Look at that. There's a lone fig right there. I'm gonna see if I can grab it. Okay, it's too high to reach, but maybe I can just... Oh, no! Damn! Oh, forget it. Damn. See, that's what happens, eh? Oh well. And ants, a bunch of ants can eat it now. Yeah, so this is that fig tree. I showed it last week and it was full of figs. Now they're almost all gone. I guess some have fallen. I guess some have fallen down, and others, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. People maybe some people have been climbing up it to grab them. Like, I don't climb trees, eh? That's definitely not my thing. It's not my thing here, that's for sure. But I've made videos of people making ladders up trees. Did that last week, and it's just astounding, the people that live here. Anyway, yeah, I'm like 80 kilograms, eh? And 6 feet tall. I'm not climbing up trees, thank you very much. Mostly the guys, I'm sure there's some women that go up trees, but it's mostly the boys, you know, which sort of makes sense. And even at their incredible skill level, I imagine the risk level is also pretty high, right? That's where you see that sort of thing and you go, oh, here's some people actually living their life fully, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's living their life and taking the risks for their living and stuff, whatever risks, you know. It's not pathetic. It's impressive. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Anyway, coming close to the end here. Coming close to the open part that I like. Well, I was talking about was I talking about soreness and all that? Yeah, so anyway. I was probably just back at Kendo as the thing. But anyway, I'm not stopping just because I'm sore. It's so great. It looks like we're meeting up again on Friday. But it'll be, I think, more of us. Maybe all the adults. There's like 4 adults. And, last week it was myself and one of the younger beginner adults. You know, that was really fun. He's doing really well. I tried to be the teacher, eh? Jesus, Murphy. How did I get into this position? Like, I've been in touch with some great Kendo people back in Canada, and just saying, hey guys, if any of you guys want to come up to practice with us, oh, thank you so much. You know, I'm just like, well, I try hard, right? And I do my best, as we all do, but boy, it'd be great to have some of those guys over. Anyway, I'm gonna invite them. I can't pay their way, and at the moment they can't come because, you know, apparently that corona thing is still a thing. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, it's so nice to walk this trail every week. I haven't been up on the mountain. I should go up while the weather's still pretty good, eh? But I won't be able to get there this week, but maybe there'll be a clearing next week. I don't like to go in the heavy rain, it's just a bit... No, you can do it. Anyway. Steep trails. slippery as hell. Anyway, yeah, so I guess we'll see, eh? See if I can find a nice lookout for my so long. So long. It's been good to know ya. So long. It's been good to know ya. So long. It's been good to know ya. Been a long time since I've been something. And I'm bound to be drifting along. Something like that. Okay, well, I guess that's it for today. Hope I didn't offend too many people. I hope, part of me hopes, and part of me doesn't hope. Anyway, I guess carry on with whatever you feel you need to do, and à la prochaine, good luck, and all the best. Okay, ciao from the mountains in the north of Thailand.